Hi there. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you are. Today, I want us to talk about you. And I want to ask you a question. Why not you? Have you ever looked at the society critically? You saw how people are quickly developing. You saw people who you knew when you were growing up. And now they have big houses, they have big cars, they have achieved so much even career-wise or business-wise. And some are even big CEOs of big companies. Do you ever ask yourself, what do they have that I do not have? I do not know whether this question ever bothers you, but for me it does. Actually, a few years ago, this question could not leave my mind. About 7 years ago, I went through one of the most turbulent times in my life. I was suffering health-wise, financially, relationship-wise, and in so many ways of my life. First, I lost a job that I had cherished for a long time. And this loss came at a time when I had no savings. And I remember looking outside my window and seeing cars, big cars, seeing buses, seeing big buildings coming up as if they were just seeds sprouting from the ground. And I wondered, all these things is money that people have. How come they have all this? And I'm here suffering even to put a plate of food on the table for my children. I kept on wondering, what can I do with my life to change my situation? And that is when I got into deep research to understand what is it that differentiates the successful and the unsuccessful. What is it that the successful do differently? And I discovered a secret process that all successful people follow. And that secret is what I want to share with you today. If this question has also ever crossed your mind and you wondered, why not me? Then keep tuned, because in a few minutes, I am going to tell you exactly what you need to do to be just like them, those that are successful in life. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Mary Karuga from Chevry Consulting, the place where we inspire, equip, and support you to grow. If it is your first time in my YouTube channel, please subscribe for more videos like this one that will help you with personal growth and success. Now, let's dive deep into this question of why not me? Why not you? What is it that the wealthy, the successful, the champions, the leaders, the presidents, what is it that they are doing that you and I are not doing? When these questions started flowing in my mind, I went into deep research to find out what is it that these people have that I do not have. And I came to the conclusion that the only thing that these people are doing different from me is that they are good planners and they are good executors of their plans. They plan and they execute. Whereas for me, I just wait for things to run themselves. I never used even to set goals. I never used to have a vision. I didn't know where my life was headed, and I was okay with that. Yet I expected to be as successful as other people. Then I knew if I have to change my life, then there is no shortcut. I have to become a good planner and I have to become a good action taker. And I started immediately planning my life. I remember sitting down in the year 2015 and writing down 5-year goals, 20-year goals, and even my lifelong goals. I determined my path. I determined this is what I want to achieve. This is where I am going. And let me shock you. What followed next was that the things that I thought would take me a lifetime to achieve, I was able to achieve them within a period of less than 5 years. For example, my education. Before I learned how to plan my life, I had struggled with my CPAs. I had done them for over 8 years and I still had not qualified. When I decided to achieve my education goal and I went back to college, I found they have even changed the syllabus, so I couldn't fit. What I did was to change completely to ACCA. And when I went into ACCA, I was so determined. Within only 2 years, I finished ACCA and I was even registered as a member. When I saw this planning thing was working, I went back to college to finish also my degree, and I also even got a master's. Within 5 years, I achieved all my education goal that had taken me over 15 years to accomplish. And that was not all. I also set goals for my career and also for my financial freedom. For example, career wise, every January I could set my goals and decide this year I am going to offer these services in this manner, or I am going to offer extra services so that I am considered for a pay increase or even for a promotion. And it happened. Within 5 years, I managed to transform my career according to my goals. I moved from an assistant level to a middle class level and even to a manager level within only 5 years. So this process I'm just about to talk to you, it works. It has worked for me. If it has never worked, I couldn't be here trying to tell you to implement it. Another area that this process gave me a very big breakthrough was in my finances. I started setting annual financial goals. I could decide this year I am going to save 20% of my salary every month, come rain, come sunshine. And I'm telling you, it happened. I even started setting bigger goals, saying, let me see if this year I can even increase my net income by 50%. And I could ask myself, what do I have to do to achieve that? And I got ideas for side hustles, which I started doing. I got ideas on how to get promoted at work. I got so many ideas of how to reach my own financial goals. Actually, after 3 years of serious financial planning, I was able to achieve one of the greatest goals I had as a child, my childhood dream of building my parents a nice house, a nice home. And I achieved it because of this one process. So as I said, if this process have not worked for me, I couldn't be here talking to you about it. So what is this process I am calling process? And how can you find it? 3 years ago, after witnessing the kind of transformation this knowledge brought into my life, I decided to compile it and package it in a way that I can be able to bring it to you. And so I wrote a book called Effective Planning and Execution for Tangible Results. I didn't do this as a professional writer or author. I just decided to package my own knowledge in the best way I knew how and bring it to you. And I hope you are going to receive it, because I can promise you that this process will change your life. So in this book, I have laid down this process into 5 steps that I am now going to talk to you about. Before you even start planning, there are 4 key ingredients that you have to make sure that you have. They are the ingredients for a successful life. Number 1 is the right mindset. Is your mindset set to allow you to grow, or is it a mindset that always pulls you down? Number 2, it is your values. Do you know exactly what you value? Do you know what is most important to you? That will make a very big difference on the kind of life that you lead from now on. Number 3 is your desires. What do you truly desire? What is it that your soul yearns for? What is it that is so uniquely you that you want to achieve in this life? And number 4 is your life purpose. Do you know why you are here? Do you know why you are created? And you see, when it comes to purpose, I like teaching this place a lot, because people think your purpose is something, for example, that will be revealed to you in a dream, something that is so hidden that you can never reach it. But in this book, I am going to give you a step-by-step process of discovering your own purpose. Also a step-by-step process of discovering what you truly value and also what you truly desire. You know, we are living in a time, due to excessive social media and also TV and many other forms of advertisement, we can easily lose who we truly are. For example, you might find somebody who really admires a car and really wants to buy a car, but that desire is not innately his or hers. That desire has been developed from what they are watching, either, for example, in TVs Or you're going on the road and you're discovering so many billboards with the same car, and so your mind is programmed that you need this car, but in real sense you don't need a car. You are doing all right wherever you are. But what this will make you do is to divert your goals. You start prioritizing the wrong things. You prioritize a car when indeed you don't need a car. Instead, you could have used that money maybe to start a business that will help you to become more financially stable. And that is what is happening with so many of our goals. Even, for example, our body shape and our body sizes. We have been programmed to believe that a woman should look a certain way and a man should have abs and also should look a certain way. And when we look at ourselves, for example, myself, and you realize you are not that shape, you're not that size, then you get stressed. You lose your self-confidence, you lose your self-esteem because of this pressure that you need to look a certain way. Those are kind of goals that are set for us by the society. Those are not our own unique goals. And it is very important for you to know what really matters to me. It is good to be healthy. It is good to be fit, but don't do it at the expense of all your other goals. Don't invest all your money in a gym membership that you know you won't even see through, just because you are under pressure to live in a certain way. So make sure you are able to understand these things. What is my mindset? What are my values? What is my desire? And what is my life's purpose? Those 4 items will help you live a free, satisfactory, and very fulfilling life. When you have these 4 figured out, then it is time to go to our step number 1 of the planning and execution process. And that step is about vision. Crafting for yourself a lifelong vision, something that will guide you, something that you will work towards, something that will motivate you to work. And this vision has to be aligned to your purpose, to your desires, to your values, and to your mindset. When it is in that alignment, you will be able to achieve this vision. After you have set your vision, you should go to the next step to set goals. Again, goals that are aligned to your vision, and a vision that is aligned to your values, desires, and purpose. It is a process. That is why I called it a process. You cannot do step 2 before you do 1, and you cannot do 1 before you work on your key ingredients. Now, when it comes to goals, you will learn in this book how exactly to set goals that totally align to who you truly are. Your unique goals. You'll stop chasing what the world is chasing, and you'll start chasing, even if it is small things, but things that really motivate you, things that you are really energetic and eager to achieve. The process of setting such goals is well laid out in this book. Once you have your goals set and written very well somewhere, it is time to go to step number 3. And step number 3 is about the action plan. You have goals, you have a vision, you have your purpose, but what do you need to do today so as to get to that goal? Because it is one thing to have a very beautiful list of goals, but it is totally another thing to actually achieve those goals. And this is a place where we totally fail. We have goals, but we have no action plan to take us to those goals. And until you have that, you will never achieve those goals. So in this book, I have detailed a process to help you come up with specific tasks and specific steps that you are going to follow, starting the day you start your journey. You can start it as early as now. It will be so practical that you can take the first step today. Once you have your action plan well laid down, then the other step is to actually take the action. It is the execution phase. You have your goals. You have your goals, you have an action plan, but are you doing something towards it? That is the execution phase. And you have to understand, what is it that makes many people not take any action? If you look at your life, it is not that you don't know exactly what to do. You know, you have goals, you have ideas of what to do, but do you ever do it? You have to learn what are your obstacles. What are the things that are preventing you from taking the action that you truly need to take? And also learn how to overcome them. And in this book, I have detailed the disciplines you need, the way to get the resources you need, the actions you need to take for you to achieve your goals, depending on what your goals are. Then, when you have started taking action, it is time to go to step number 5. And step number 5 is the progress evaluation or assessment. You need to know, since I started taking these actions, how far have I gone? What am I achieving? And you have to be clear, am I meeting my goals or not? You see, when we are setting goals, we talk about goals being measurable. Now, in this book, I have detailed the process of making your goals measurable, and I've not just left it there. I have taken it to another point where now you learn, how do I measure? When do I measure? How many times do I have to measure for each and every goal? And then, other than that, there are 2 more things you need to do. Depending on whether you are meeting your goal or not, you need to know, what is my best course of action? If your goals are being met, then don't rest. Don't celebrate for too long. It is good to celebrate your wins, but don't do it for too long, because if you sit down there and keep singing of the past glory, then people will come and pass you over and go and achieve more greater things than you yourself. So what do? When you have achieved a goal, it's time to go back and set an even bigger goal. For example, if your goal was to save 5% per month and you have achieved that for a whole year without any problems, then that means you can also save 10%. And so that is where you should aim next. Save 10% per month. When you have achieved that, go to the next level, 15%, 20%. Like that. Never settle. Never say, I have achieved my goal and that is it. On the other hand, what if you have not met your goals? Then what do? The thing is, when most people fail, they tend to go and change the goal. If your goal was to save 5% and you have not been able to save 5%, you want now to set a goal for 2%. But remember, when you are setting a goal for 5%, you knew you can make it. And so maybe what you need to change is the action plan. You need to check, what did I say I'll be doing that I'm not yet doing? What steps did I say I'll take that I am not taking? So maybe, for example, for you to save 5%, you had said you'll be skipping lunch twice a week. And those are the things I teach in this book. How do you achieve your goals? For example, to save money, you need to cut down on your expenses. And so if you have failed in your goal, the first thing to check is, have you taken the right action as you said you would? So always change the action plan, not the goal. This, my friend, in a nutshell, is the secret process I have been telling you about. It is all well laid out in this book. And now it is your turn to take action and grab a copy of this ebook for yourself. It is an ebook, meaning you can read it on any device. You can read it on your mobile phone. You can read it on your laptop or anywhere where you want to read it. In the description section of this video, here below, you will find a link taking you direct to the download page of this book. And let me tell you something. This book will only cost you Kenya shillings 825. That is equivalent of $7.47 for non-Kenyans. Now, let me ask you a question. If you left here and you went to the supermarket with 800 shillings, what will you be able to buy? Is 800 even enough to feed your family for a day in this economy? I really doubt. But this same 800, today you can decide to multiply its value in a way that whatever you get with it today will transform your whole life from now till death. Now don't wait anymore. Go to the description section right now and click the link and go grab your copy of this book. It will change your life, and you can pay by M-Pesa, or you can even pay by a credit or a debit card. Thank you so much for giving me your time, for listening to me, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please, you still have a chance. Subscribe now and keep on checking for my videos like this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you very soon in another video. Bye-bye.